Hello guys, I want to welcome you all to the very first episode of my Minecraft Let's Play. What an amazing time we're going to be having today. Look at us. Look how pathetic this is. No armor, wooden sword, wooden pickaxe. I think that's about it for this episode. I hope you all enjoyed. I had a lot of fun making this, actually. This was, one of my favorite videos to create. Sorry it has been a while since the last upload. A long while, but I've been trying to figure out what I want to do with YouTube. What direction I want to take it. And I think that this is the right one. And I think that's what has been bothering me. Oh, yes, that looks so much better to me. Just that. And until next time, everybody, this has been great, and I hope you will return in the next episode, which should come soon. I need to go and get this all edited up, and in the meantime, you folks can have a wonderful day, watch some other people, and have a great day.
Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008, and what you just saw, those clips that you just saw, those were from the very first episode of this Let's Play series back on September 18th, 2020, which was, that was over 3 years ago. That's not 3.5 years ago, but pretty close to 3.5 years ago, and that is utterly bonkers. This is episode 50 of the Let's Play series. I've made 50 whole videos on this one channel, which means that approximately a third of all the content on my channel, it's just this series, which is crazy. Crazy. Today, of course, is the episode 50 sort of special extravaganza situation. And so I figure, why not start off with a sort of history of the Let's Play? So let's do we're going to do a little voiceover work while going over some clips from old previous episodes. And I'll put what episode that it's from down in the bottom left-hand corner or right-hand corner. Depends on how I feel when I'm editing it.
Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008, and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play. Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008, and welcome back to another episode of the Let's Play. Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008.
Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008. Hello everybody. Hello everybody. Hello everyone.
Hello everybody.
Hello everybody. Hello everybody, my name is Peachy Banjo 8008, and welcome to our episode 50 extravaganza, looking at the history of this Let's Play series. We start our history lecture with episode 1 of the whole series, which, as is typical of the first episode of any series, was pretty bad, especially considering I had approximately 6 months of experience at YouTube at the time, and all of it was with very poorly edited Minecraft Bedrock Pocket Edition videos. Yeah, this was not great. This was also my first video I ever made with a microphone that wasn't just a laptop microphone, and as you probably heard in the intro,
And I think we have a decent space inside of that little house. What I was going to do is we're going to have to come up to the top of this.
yeah, that did not turn out too well. This is not a very good YouTube video at all. But after this YouTube video was the start of it all, right? And then I joined a little SMP called Craftstone SMP, which some of you who have been around for a long time may remember. And that almost ended this entire series forever. You see, when I joined Craftstone, right, the whole Let's Play thing had been kind of been a thing to get me back used to playing Minecraft Java, recording Minecraft Java YouTube videos and whatever. But I was not very happy with how the video had turned out once I had finished it. And then I joined Craftstone and got some stuff going along on there, and I was like, well, we don't really need this series, right? And I almost just ended the whole Let's Play, cut it out in favor of only Craftstone. And looking at it now, that would have been a terrible decision to make, because Craftstone was not a very long-lasting, or it was long-lasting, it wasn't a very consistent SMP with how it was scheduled. It ended very, very frequently, ended and restarted, and I don't know what I would have done in those between times if I hadn't had the Let's Play to sort of fall back on. So, yeah, there was a very almost didn't come back to this series, but thankfully that never ended up happening. Now this was also about the time when the first 1.17 snapshots started coming out. And I don't know if you guys all remember 1.17, it kind of all merged with 1.18 and all that, there was a big thing. But, so basically that was supposed to be the Caves and Cliffs update, right? So we had all this amethyst, we had all this copper, we had all of this fun snapshot stuff that I had never gotten to play with before, because I had only played on Bedrock, right? And so this was a really exciting time for me, and I produced something like 8 gazillion episodes during this time. It was a very fun time to be playing the Let's Play. It was also during that peak of time during like COVID, where everybody was really, really excited about the game, and everybody was just constantly posting everything. It was a lot of fun. I miss the 1.17 snapshot days a lot sometimes, and I kind of wish some of the newer updates were more like that. And then disaster struck, or I say disaster. It's become a very common thing in this channel, actually. Between episodes 10 and 11, so episodes 3 through 10, uber productive, releasing a new video like every week or something crazy like that, 2 a week even maybe. So there was that spurt of productivity, and then January of 2021 came around, and I kind of took a break, right? And that's a very common story with me by now. Turned out to be like a month and a half long break, which all in all isn't too bad, but I was very concerned about that, and that happened between episodes 10 and 11. So I came back, episode 10, with a newfound love for the series, and that's when a lot of the really iconic stuff started happening. Like, that was when Alter Ego Fancy Peachy first got established. I think that was when goats started being introduced. There was a lot of Mesa stuff that went on during that time. And then also during that time, we got to episode 15, which this is kind of, maybe if you've been around for a really long time, this is kind of like a remaster, rework of that episode, because episode 15 was the best moments from every previous episode, which this episode 50 special isn't really exactly that, but it's pretty similar. It was done in a pretty similar style. A lot of smaller stuff happened until episode 21, which is when we did that big thing. I'm just watching the footage right now. We did that big thing of beating the Ender Dragon. That was pretty exciting, and we got an Elytra from it. So that was kind of that was the quote-unquote end of the game. And since then, like, that kind of marked the turning point from progressing to the end or whatever, and just doing whatever we feel like doing, because with the Elytra we were unable to just do whatever. So that's pretty much how it's been since episode 21. Some of my favorite projects were kind of accomplished around this time. For example, the Circle of Strife, which doesn't get a lot of attention these days. It's the current, actually I guess it currently houses the Sniffers, right? But the Circle of Strife was a big undertaking for the time, and I was very proud of how the whole thing turned out. That was one of my favorite projects I ever did. I did that all in one episode, and I thought that remains one of my favorite episodes of the entire series. Anyway, I think that's enough of a history lecture. I've heard this song for long enough, and I'm sure you guys can guess what happened after that. I played Minecraft for 25 more episodes. And that's the story. Anyway, Speaking of playing Minecraft, let's actually do some of that. Anyway, I figured since it is hello. I figured since it is episode 50, and it has been a while, and there's new people here. There's lots of new people watching the channel these days. We would do one of... I don't need these oak logs. I don't know why I have them. We would do one of my world-famous world tours. And hopefully I'll be able to keep it shorter than the last one, because the last one I think was half an hour long. That was like episode, I want to say 34, I think. But we've definitely built some stuff since episode 34. So let's get to work. Every world tour, of course, begins right here at spawn. This is the spawn point in this world. Episode 1, we generated right here. And we could have done a lot of things. If we had gone that direction, the entire course of this series could be different and changed forever. But we did not decide to go that direction. We went this direction. As you can see in episode 1 and some of the episode 1 clips, if you want to go back and watch that, which I would not recommend you do because it's a bad video. But yeah, we traveled across the desert. I don't know if I've been seeing this ruined portal recently. Is there like anything here? No. Okay, so I must have raided it at some point. Or just, yeah, I don't know, because I don't remember seeing that in the way beginning. But then again, the way beginning was like 3.5 years ago. So, who knows? But yeah, we came through this desert. And our first sign of civilization was right here in this village. Now, obviously, the village has gone over... We've had some transformations over the years. It's completely uninhabited these days, which is kind of sad. There used to be people who lived here, but now there's just kind of the shells of what once was. I think there's a clip of me mining this smoker. If I can find it, I'll put it on screen. I think there's a clip of me mining this smoker in the intro to the episode, to the first episode. And I actually, if I remember correctly, that smoker is actually in the starter base right now. Fountain. We've been working on renovating this village, and the fountain was kind of a new addition from a few episodes ago. We also have this house over here. We've got some trees. We're mossing it all up. This place did have some axolotls in it at one point. They've since been moved. But yeah, we came and explored this area, killed a bunch of cows so we could have our food, got a bunch of wheat so we could have bread, and we sort of swam down here. Now, once upon a time, this whole area, this whole grass area, was full of trees, and I had to... Excuse me, that was not polite. Anyways, I had to come through and chop all these trees down so I could start building stuff here. And my initial plan for this world was to build a quote-unquote giant hole, and I don't know actually how that was ever even supposed to go, because I don't know if I really had in my mind what a giant hole was. Anyway, we came through here. This area was all filled with trees. I've since kind of repopulated it. And we built this. This is our starter base in the world, the first thing we built in this entire world. And I believe that this is the smoker that we stole from that village. There's currently nothing in it. Since then, this interior has gone through a lot of changes. There used to be chests in the floor, or crafting tables on the floor, or furnaces in the floor or something. This guy was not always here, despite what some may lead you to believe. This was an addition to the starter house. This has been our storage for a long time. And then this was an addition to our starter house. This has been our storage now for a little while. Up here... Oh, wow, you can't even get through this door anymore? I'm going to take down that fence because you should be able to get through this door. This door leads to... Well, firstly, there used to be a mending villager in here. This is inside of the sort of dirt and cobblestone hut. And then also, this leads to our enchanting area with the cow and all that. So that's kind of this whole stretch here. They're all kind of connected. Down here, we have our sugarcane farm and our bamboo farm. I traded out some of the sugarcane for bamboo a little while back, and now I think it's become less efficient at both. No, that's not terrible, actually. It's not terrible profit. There is, as you can see, actively bamboo just sitting there. We lose a lot because I was not very good at making farms back then. But overall, it's been here for a while. It just kind of sits here. And I don't know if it's unfinished back here. Yeah, it's not finished back here, and you can see exposed redstone and all that. So we don't need to actually think about it. This was our to-do list for a very long time. I still come down here occasionally. This is actually a thing that needs to get done. Village renovation is perpetually on there. Mesa Base is perpetually on there. Yeah, so that's our sort of to-do list. We also have up here, this was, I think, the construction. This is my valuables chest, by the way. In case you ever wondered what this big double chest right outside my house is, it's my richities. I think the second thing we built, episode 2, was the Temple of Bernie Float. Except we didn't actually build this whole thing. We built one wall. And then, a few episodes later, we built another wall. And then, 20 episodes later or so, we built the other 2 walls, gave it a roof, and finished the whole thing off. And now Bernie Float's just kind of in here. Look at this. He's been here for a while. This is the only tree that remains, the only original tree that's been here with us the whole time. Back here behind Bernie Float, kind of, we got a bee farm, a honeycomb farm that we constructed that does not work very well at all. I mean, there's a honeycomb there, but it's not going into the hoppers. Let's see if I can grab it. Yep. There we go. Made a profit today. We've got some lava cauldrons from when that sort of stuff first came out. And then back here, we have a Christmas tree, which I built forever ago at this point. And then, of course, we have the meadow. Now, the meadow's kind of just this little area back here with all the roses and the crystals. It looks nice. It doesn't really have much of a point. It leads you to this anvil statue or whatever that got made a while ago. And this was my risky TNT candle. I think I pulled a funny prank involving the flint and steel and the TNT at some point, but I do not remember what it was. This, of course, is just a little ice road. This leads you down to that area, which was where we bred rabbits and then killed them so we could have stuff for bundles, which, of course, I still don't think have come out. This is my quote-unquote green screen that I use whenever I want to do weird, trippy things. That's the bridge just over there. There's not much over there. There's a creeper farm over there, and then there's some warped wood stuff over there. And then this is well, there used to be bees in here. I don't know where they went. This is sort of like a greenhouse area that we constructed in like episode 17, I want to say. And then farmland. This farmland took ridiculously long to all get planted. And like, it's not even like there's a lot of farmland here. It's just, it took me forever to get that many seeds in the early game. Back here we have some torch flowers, some roses. There used to be a chapel right here. It is gone now. And yeah, that kind of takes us down into the lower area. If this is like this area up here, sort of the upper area, Larry the llama used to live in here. Now it's uninhabited. And this is a sheep farm, which is like there's a lot of wool in there. I don't know what the state of the shears are. They might all be broken. Coming down to the left, on the original mine, this one still goes all the way down to Y level 11, I think. Because this area was generated before the changes to where the optimal level for diamonds was. Up here, we have our super smelter. Soup smelter, I think it was what it was called. And yeah, there's nothing really behind there. Going back down, we have this area. This is just full of chickens completely. That's my chicken farm. That's where I get all my food. This was an early egg farm that produced all these chickens, and of course there's just some little decorations around and stuff. Nothing too crazy, it's just like a big chicken coop. Down here there's a little house, which I'm going to make great use of now so I can sleep. And then over here we're on the other side of the farm now. We've got this chest. This chest was full of a bunch of stuff from the 1.17 snapshots. There's a little pond here, there's this little fenced in area, which used to hold goats. They've since been moved. I'll show you where they've been moved to soon, but yeah, there used to be goats in there. This house, which is still for sale, Fancy Peachy, there's a whole episode, we built this house for him, and he did not like it at all. But yeah, so that's that house. Moving on sort of this direction, This also was all filled with trees at some point in time, by the way, this whole area we're traversing. This is where we keep the goats nowadays. I don't know what they're doing back there. And they all seem to have lost their horns from ramming into the walls so many times. They look weird. Okay, buddies. Goodbye. Up here, I think this is just an empty building with really weird doors. Yeah, empty building. This was an experiment with like a weird shaped building, and I think it kind of works, but not really. And then, of course, we have the 100% legitimate end portal right here. And up here, we have our flower farm. This staircase is so bad. This does not take you to the entrance, like, at all. You kind of have to, like, drop down here. This is our tall flower farm. Is there any bone meal? There is. Here, we can turn that on. And see if we just do that, it'll just produce us some sunflowers. Continuing on down here, we have more wheat fields. I used to put my camel in here at one point in time. I believe he's since been moved. Flower fields, these were some early things that got built, were these 2 flower fields, and this sort of cobblestone wall. This is where the iron from the iron farm comes down into. So we don't have to fly up there anymore. I don't know if this iron farm still works, actually. Let's check that. In fact, does not seem to work. There's no zombie in there anymore. That would explain a lot of things. Alright, well, that's good and interesting to know. I might have to fix that at some point. And then, of course, over here we have Larry the llama, our camel, and our trusty noble steed. Now here's kind of where the paths split. Currently this direction, it will lead to the library whenever we get that finished. It also leads down to the honey hopper area. So you kind of pass this red structure as well as Holbit. Holbit's down here, there's nothing really much here but a rainbow hole. And then down this direction, there's a few things, but not a lot. This is eventually where I want to expand the whole village area. We have the launcher aquarium, this is the aquarium from the current Minecraft launcher. Right here, this angle. There was a sniffer egg here. He has been moved since then. And then this is where the axolotls were moved to. And then, of course, down here we have the honey hoppers, which is where we put a bunch of frogs on a bunch of blocks of honey and then laugh at them because they cannot jump anymore. They're just very noisy. And also this funny prank. Continuing up this path, past the big red thing. Still don't really know what this thing is. I think it was supposed to be like remnants of an ancient thing or whatever. We come to sort of stuff we've been doing recently. So this is our sort of village area. It's kind of like another wheat farm. This leads up to approximately no places. And there's just sort of houses dotting this area. None of them have any use right now at all. They're just sort of fun houses, and I like that, so we're going to build more of them at some point. Following this path all the way down, however, will take you to 2 of the biggest projects, actually, in this entire world. The Circle of Strife and the Big Beige Building. Big Beige Building is still under construction, as you can see. But it is a very nice building, at least what we have here. This is one of my favorite things in the world. In here, not complete interiors. Some of these rooms have interiors, like that one does, that one down there does. Sort of a walkway between the places. Here's a staircase all the way up. It leads you to this sort of area. It's just a pretty expansive building. I'll leave it for you guys to check out in the world download because bet you didn't see that coming. I'm putting a world download in the description. There hasn't been a world download since like episode 23 or something crazy like that. So, yeah, you get a free world download with this one as well. I'll put that in the description of the video. And then, of course, the mangrove area. So we kind of tried to turn this is with 119 stuff. We kind of tried to turn this whole area into a swamp. Didn't work out too well. There's a house here. There's a house there. That's the much better house. I actually really like that house. I think it's a nice place. Bopper or Hopper, I'm not quite sure which one. And then, of course, we just have chests of the 1.19 stuff, so we can build with all of it. Continuing along the path, this is a sort of bridge area. This takes us up to the little dollhouse area, which really there's not a lot to see. It's just a pink house as a sort of experiment with the cherry wood, just like that was an experiment with the mangrove wood. But also the Circle of Strife, which is the single biggest build of this entire world, and also one of my favorites. The episode where we made this, I think I said this recently, but the episode where we made this is one of my favorite episodes of this entire series. This used to be where we put Ravagers, and then we'd tunnel in villagers and send them to their death if they weren't working hard enough. Now it just houses two very lazy sniffers who constantly are getting stuck under, like, the bleacher area. So there's Sherman, and then there's Herman, and they're both stuck forever. But yeah, this was a really fun project. This is one of my favorite builds on this entire world. And of course, this path area wraps around, comes down here into a still unfinished basement that eventually is going to lead all the way to the big beige building. There's this whole area. One of the things that I don't mention a lot that I think is really cool is this gradient from the grass area into the sand area. I always thought that was a cool thing, especially when you fly up and look at it. Like, that's a cool thing that I built. Yeah, there's 3 buildings right here. This one houses the world's laziest villagers. They do nothing, which is probably why I was sending them all to the Circle of Strife. In terms of aesthetic, I actually like this building quite a lot. In terms of function, however, it is no better than the rest of them. This building is also one of my favorite buildings on here. However, it also has nothing going on the interior. I think at one point there were allays in here, back when I thought allays were going to be interesting and fun, and then realized they're not, and so stopped. And then this is sort of border control. If I recall correctly... Oh, never mind. There used to be an axolotl living inside this pool, but apparently not. And then up here, I feel like... Yeah, there's a stone cutter here. There's not a lot going on in this building either. If you fall down there, there's no way to get up, so don't do that. Yeah, just sort of decorative building. And then following this path around, one of my favorite things about this world actually is that it comes full circle. It's just a big loop. So if we go across this bridge and then up here, you'll see it takes us right back to where we started from, which is, of course, our quaint little starter house. So that's basically everything that's going on here. There's a few more things to take a look at. However, we're going to have to go into the nether to see them. So obviously, our nether is in desperate need of attention, but that's fine. We'll ignore that for now and go first to the Mesa. Okay, so this was sort of one of the first big side projects we embarked on in this world. It's since been decorated a lot, but this is our amethyst geode, the first one, and I think not the only one I've found, but the first one I found, and it was also the worst one I've ever seen. There are so few of these budding amethyst blocks in here. But yeah, there's some chests in here, some remnants, and then coming up here, this isn't really the Mesa area, but up here certainly is the Mesa area. Oh, I was not aware that it was nighttime, and oh my goodness, this place does not look that good or great. Let's go to bed real quick. I believe there's a bed down here. I hope there's a bed down here. Okay, so this is the Mesa area. It's still very much under construction. I come down here if I don't have any other good plans for an episode. That's the main area, that sort of post area. But of course there's a bridge and it leads us to where we actually mine all of our terracotta. You can see the beacon, which is, there's a sort of decorative mine, and then there's the actual mine, which is where we get all of our actual terracotta from if we need it. Oh, hello. I'm going to leave now. I think those chests are filled with terracotta. I'm going to leave now because there's a creeper in here. And then really the only other significant thing here in the Mesa Besa is kind of like this dock area. Yeah, this place needs some, it's in dire need of some work. But this area looks nice at the very least. I like what's going on here. I like the sort of style. But it does need some work. It very much needs some work. The next stop on our list is another place that we've been working in fairly on fairly recently, which is, drumroll please, ta-da! The temple area. I'm not gonna really talk too much about this place because we have done like a few episodes working on this very recently. But yeah, this is, I guess I'll explain where this all came from. This is when we updated to 1.18, I think was when the worlds got weird. I made the decision to update early, which left us with these really nasty chunk borders. So on that side is 1.17, and then, hang on, wait. Maybe on this side is 117 and that side's 118, because this side is the one that I'm seeing with the copper. So yeah, we've got some chunk borders going on, and honestly, some of it, like, places like this doesn't look too bad. But yeah, I actually like the chunk borders. I think they're cool. I think they're fun to have in a world. And then, as far as I can remember, we really only have one other, don't kill me, 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 don't kill me. There we go. We really only have one other place to go in the world, or one other place to see, which is the place we were working on literally just last episode. Ta-da! It's the Christmas Village. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I really like this area. This is one of my favorite areas in the whole world. Just because everything looks so good and pretty, and it's very good, like, festive holiday ambiance, if you want to say that. And also, wow, look at these mountains. This was the 1.18 generation at its finest. This is the first time I had ever seen it. And yeah, it's very cool. I think in the future I want to do more stuff out here with the fun mountains and caves, like the really big dramatic ones, because Spawn area just does not have any of that. And that's the world tour. I think that's all I really have to show in the world, and you may think 3 years or whatever, and you only have that, evidenced by the fact that I'm only on episode 50. I'm not a very fast Minecraft player, okay? Oh, they're actually... Inevitably, I forgot some stuff, like, I forgot completely to go to the Ender. So we can do that now, if you want to see what that looks like. Which, ta-da! There it is. I kind of like this one. I like the green glass. But other than that, like, it's just an Ender. Nothing too special about it. But anyway, that's the world. And I think that brings a close to episode 50 of the Let's Play. Which... that is so many episodes, you guys. Like, 50 is a big number. That's one of those numbers that's impressive if a kindergartner can count to it, which means it's a fairly large number. And I'm very happy that we've managed to make it this far. I never would have, if you had asked me when I first started this if I would get to episode 50, I would say no. I have never gotten to a number that high on any of my series. And of course, I have to say the typical sappy stuff. The reason I am at episode 50 is because of you. It's because of you guys watching the episodes. And I thought my Elytra broke for a second. But yeah, it's because of you guys watching the episodes that you guys make me want to put more of them out. And it's just generally because I have people watching these videos on YouTube, I feel more inspired to make more of them. So, yeah. That, I think, brings a close to episode 50 of the Let's Play. Big number. Hope you sort of liked the intro stuff. I was kind of experimenting with that, the sort of intro bit with all the different clips from different episodes. Hopefully that was fun and the sort of history of the series and all that. But yeah, I think that's all I have for today. So, thank you very much for watching. I'm releasing this one a day early even. I'm incredibly ahead of schedule. Expect a holiday special, and that's it from me. I'm not doing anything else this year, unless maybe I will do something else this year, in which case I'll let you all know, because I think maybe a continents video, but I'm not sure. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.